The holiday season is full of food and family. Those are two things that cause a lot of stress for cancer survivors. Maybe I can't help you with the family aspect. There's nothing I can really do about that crazy uncle or your overbearing mother-in-law. But here in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how to eat like a cancer thriver this holiday season. Forget the food fear. Here's exactly how to be free from anxiety around food. Plus, I'm gonna show you exactly what foods to focus on and what foods are absolutely off limits for cancer survivors. Let's start by looking at the foods that you need to include this holiday season. Yes, everyone talks about the foods that cancer survivors need to avoid: dairy, soy, sugar. I'm gonna share a few secrets on all of those later on in this video. But first, I wanna talk about the holiday foods you should be including on your plate this year. These foods are actually going to help you recover from cancer and reduce your risk of a cancer recurrence. Yes, that's right. There are so many holiday foods that actually support your body after cancer. Many people mistakenly think that the holiday season is a terrible time when it comes to food for cancer survivors, but I completely disagree. We're first gonna look at how to build your holiday plate as a cancer survivor. When you sit down with your family this year, this is exactly how I want you to dish up. Half your plate should be veggies. Yes, half of it should be vegetables. That's a lot of vegetables, and I'm gonna tell you exactly why you need to do this. As a cancer survivor, we know that your antioxidant levels are below normal, like dangerously low. It makes sense, right? Your body has been under oxidative stress for a long time, fighting cancer, getting toxic chemo drugs. So as a result, your antioxidant levels are depleted. Now that you're done with treatment, this is a perfect time to start increasing your antioxidant levels. We want to get your antioxidant levels back to within that normal range. Eating a half plate of vegetables at every meal is the perfect way to do this. Vegetables are also very important for cancer survivors because of the amount of fiber that they give you. We know that in cultures that eat more fiber, they naturally have a lower risk of cancer. Well, we want that benefit too, so it's time to start increasing your fiber. Vegetables are the way to go, so load up your plate, half of it with vegetables. This half plate veggies concept is really important for cancer survivors because this is gonna fill you up with foods that fuel your cancer recovery. A cancer survivor that I mentored through cancer recovery was really struggling with this half plate veggies approach. You see, after cancer, she found that she needed to drop some weight. The steroids and the emotional eating through cancer treatment had not been kind to her. This is very common and very understandable. But now, during recovery, she needed to tackle it. Keeping a healthy body weight is just one of the ways that we can lower your risk of a cancer recurrence. She wanted that benefit, so she wanted to drop the weight. Now, eating a half plate veggies at every meal is really gonna support weight loss after cancer, but she was really having a challenging time getting to that half plate veggies. So we had to build up to it, and that is okay. You just want to be eating a little bit more vegetable than the week before, and eventually you'll get to that half plate mark. Increasing your fiber can also be very challenging, so take it slow and be gentle on yourself. Eventually, you'll work your way up. But for now, start thinking about increasing your vegetables to a half plate of veggies. Green beans, Brussels sprouts, turnips, start there. Next, I want to fill a quarter of your plate with protein. Turkey, hello. The star of the holiday meal is actually a perfect protein source for cancer survivors. It's lean white meat and a great way to fuel your cancer recovery. As a cancer survivor myself, I know that focusing on protein during your cancer recovery is one of the most challenging parts. The foods we normally eat are not loaded with protein. If you're still feeling unwell from cancer treatment or not like yourself, then the foods that you pick that are comforting are just not high in protein. Foods like toast or crackers. So focusing on building your plate in a really intentional way with protein is critical for cancer recovery and for cancer survivors. The other quarter of your plate should be carbohydrates. Something like a dinner roll or a bun or maybe stuffing or a starchy vegetable like mashed potatoes or sweet potatoes. And there you have it. That is how you build your holiday dinner plate like a cancer thriver who's taking back control of their life. But wait, the holiday meal is just one part of eating during the holiday season. How do you navigate all the cocktail parties and social gatherings? Well, here I'm gonna share with you my best tips. These strategies have helped over 250 women I've worked with in the Cancer Freedom Program, and they'll help you too. If you know you're heading out to a party or a work event, then there are things you need to do in advance to set yourself up for success. First, I want to focus on the foods you eat for the rest of the day, the foods you eat before you go to the party. These foods should support your body so that you have lots of energy and feel great when you're at the actual event. How you do this is by focusing on including lean protein and vegetables in your meals before you go to the actual event. Most appetizers or social events, they'll serve foods that are actually high in fat and carbohydrates. It's unlikely that there'll be a lot of vegetables or protein available. So to balance this, we want to fuel your body with protein and vegetables before you actually attend the event. So for breakfast, have an egg white omelet with spinach. For lunch, have a big chicken salad. Then, when you head out to your event, you'll be in a great position to really enjoy yourself and enjoy the food that's there. You still want to enjoy the foods you love to eat, and this is a great way to do that. Notice how you'll actually be eating a lot of food before you actually go to the event? Well, this is intentional. Do not skip meals before you go. Make sure you are not starving. If you skip meals to save up calories, then you'll be starving when you actually get to the event, and then you'll end up making really poor nutrition decisions. Decisions you made just because you were really hungry. Okay, but we need to chat more about the specific foods you're going to eat. Chocolate, dairy, sugar. What is off limits for cancer survivors? We're gonna get to that. Now, when you're at a party or an event, we're gonna shift your focus. Around the holidays, there's a lot of focus placed on food, but what you're really looking forward to is the connection. Memories, laughing, games. So we want to focus more on the connection rather than the food. It's also so important to listen to your body. When eating, you want to eat until you're about 80% full. It takes a while for your body to tell your brain that it's full. So eat until you're only about 80% full, then pause and give yourself a chance to catch up. If you're still hungry, then go back for more. Another great strategy is to ask yourself if each bite tastes as good as the first bite. Sometimes the first couple of bites of something taste amazing and then it becomes too rich or you become too full. So take a moment to check in with yourself. Does each bite taste as good as the first bite? But here's a simple trick that some people use and you probably haven't even noticed. If you're going to a house party, then bring a dish that aligns with your health and cancer recovery goals. Something like a veggie tray with homemade hummus or a shrimp ring, because shrimp is a great source of lean protein, which is perfect for cancer survivors. These are great options to bring as a gift to the host, but we'll also make sure that there's food available that aligns with your goals. Now look, you're probably getting invited to a lot of social gatherings around this time of year. I'm gonna share a personal trick that I use. As a doctorate in cancer care, I definitely get a wide variety of invitations to holiday parties, social, academic, family. But here is a simple strategy to use when you're overwhelmed with social gatherings and parties. We need to focus on the parties that are meaningful to us. It's at these parties where I want you to invest your time, your energy, and relax in terms of what you eat. For example, if you're invited to your spouse or your partner's work party, this might not be all that meaningful to you. So stick to your plan and stay aligned with your goals. Eat healthy food and limit your alcohol intake or avoid it altogether. But maybe your annual friend Christmas party is the most fun. This is where you're gonna wanna let loose and enjoy a little bit more. I want you to really focus on what means the most to you here. Pick and choose. Okay, so now on to what foods you should absolutely be avoiding as a cancer survivor. There are obviously lots of great things to eat during the holiday season. Many of them are filled with sugar, dairy, additives. Many of these things you've probably heard are very bad for cancer survivors. There's actually newfound literature coming out around food fear or anxiety among cancer survivors. The myths or false information that you see online can lead to some pretty sad outcomes for cancer survivors, like this case report of new onset eating disorders among cancer survivors. Cancer survivors who have previously had a healthy relationship with food are now finding that they're avoiding certain foods, leading to eating disorders. This is not what cancer survivors need. Well, here are the foods that you actually need to avoid. This list is a lot shorter than you think. It's probably gonna surprise you. There are no foods you absolutely need to avoid. The holiday season is such a short time of year. It matters more what you do over weeks and months rather than a few days around the holiday season. So instead of stressing about what you're eating, just enjoy. There are no restrictions here. Eating a food once in a while or having one drink around the holiday season is not going to cause your cancer to come back. Have fun and enjoy it. Okay, but eating during the holiday season is just one part of cancer recovery. Now is the time to start thinking about what exercises you need to be doing in 2023 to reduce your risk of a cancer recurrence. Through exercise and movement, you can actually lower your risk of a cancer recurrence by 59%. I know you want that, so I'm gonna show you exactly how in the next video that I've linked up here. Let's get into it.